Good morning, everyone. I'm Vince Lansing. This is the Gold Fix Market Rundown. Today we start with the home page. Michael Every says mercantilism is back. That's a new historical and think piece by him. We have that. Uh, Mali judge expected to order Barrick's mine reopening. That's a news item. And in the lower left, gold synthesized from lead for a millisecond. Maybe that's why we sold off yesterday. I don't think so, but it's a good story. And COMEX Death Watch and charts. Lower right-hand side, we're going to be discussing Hartnett's clients say gold most overvalued in 20 years. We'll be discussing that as well as touching on the Barrick story. And there they are. Fund survey says gold most crowded long and Barrick reopening expected. So let's pull up the gold chart, the daily, which has had an impressive rally off the lows, while we're looking at the markets. 10-year yields are 451, down $3 is 100 spot 89, down almost 12. The S&P 500 is 58.64, down 22. The VIX is 1891, up 30. Gold is 31.78, up $1 after being down $59 last night. If you can't see that candle there, it's a long wick. It's really impressive. Anyway, silver 32.16, down 3.5 because, hey, let's sell silver because we bought gold again. Copper 458, up a little bit less than a tenth of a penny. WTI 61.18, down $1.78. Are we worried about this not working out again? Okay. Natural gas 341, unchanged. Bitcoin 102 spot 200, down 1100. Palladium 958, up 6. Platinum 986, up 10. Gold, silver 98.71, stable. Soy 1050, down 15. Wow. Corn 437, unchanged offered. Wheat 526, down 25 basis points. And China stocks are lower, and US stocks are lower. Taken together, somehow people aren't as optimistic as they were yesterday. But we shall see. Let's begin. Gold rallies $59 off lows during Eurasian session. That would be the session during Europe and Asia. I don't know what else to call it. 2 in the morning, basically. Yeah, let's go. Hartnett's fund clients say gold is the most crowded long in their minds right now. Hartnett's GFMS has been the most reliable contrarian indicator of stock direction since Trump took office, per Hartnett himself. Now they are saying gold is too high. Quote, investors said gold is the most overvalued in 20 years. Long gold equals the #1 crowded trade. Having looked at, we have the whole right up there. It's a very impressive slide deck with about 5 slides dedicated to that title there. And the rest are a really good periodic slideshow to get a feel for how fund managers are really thinking right now. So a quick excerpt from our extended comment in there. Having looked at these types of reports relatively closely for the past 2 years, we can say the following. This is the first time that his survey ever has called gold overvalued during that time. Commodities are not these people's thing typically, but if they are paying attention, we are as well. Not to make too much of it, but one thing can absolutely be taken away from this as traders. Bearish, we said this yesterday before the sell-off. Bearish funds will sell gold harder now. If they are right, it's because China backs off its bid, but the funds are not yet in control of this market, at least not as of yet. And there's that story. Now, why do we say that? Because if you look at how things are going, things are stacking up to get to be bearish on this market. The China deal, All right, the ceasefire, let's call it, number one. Number two, the amazing announcements about the Saudi deals, the Middle East deals coming out yesterday. And number three, going back a little bit further, a couple weeks prior, Nomura's, quant guru noted very pointedly that gold was um, way over its skis, historically speaking, and historically, it will drop anywhere from 2 to 6% in the 2 months proceeding from that event. So all that encourages people to sell it. The first people who sold it, we already saw, were the macro discretionary taking profits in the rally, selling the rally as bullion banks covered their shorts, as smaller funds covered their shorts, as ETF buying got in. And that was a sign of a top, not a big picture top, but a top nonetheless. Then Morgan Stanley comes out and says, we think a top is in for now. Citibank, I think, downgraded their short-term price target. Their 0 to 3 month price target. That's like basically their impulsive price target. And so all these things encourage people to sell it. And they did. And so this is the result. And we're down. Now you're having more and more people get in. So before we move on to the next story, this is speaking to the tactical people, to the gold fix tactical people here. This is where the whole fishhook thing comes in, right? You want to have a long wick underneath after lots of reasons to get bearish and people sell it. Then the open interest goes up because someone catches the knife. Now, I don't know that the knife is caught yet, okay? But I'd be willing to bet open interest went up today and new shorts got in, and they may be encouraged to put more on over the next few days. But if the market doesn't wash fast, they will become impatient. Very Michael Oliver type of thing I'm saying here, meaning momentum is lower, but the short-term players will cover if they don't get their way relatively soon. So the sell it in the hole crowd is in the market now. I don't know how deep the hole goes, but they're selling it in the hole. Knock on wood. Okay, next story. We have that whole analysis and report under Hartnett funds say gold most overvalued in 20 years. That's a premium post. Barrick reopening expected. This is a news item yesterday. A commercial court in Bamako, Mali, is set to review a request from the country's military-led government to reopen Barrick Gold's Luolo, Guancodo, I'm sure I'm butchering that, mine under provisional administration, a court official confirmed. Not going to try and say that name, but the vice president of the Tribunal de Commerce, I guess we're talking about French here, stated the filing and case preparation will proceed Thursday. 3 separate sources told Reuters that the court may soon rule on the proposal, which seeks to transfer temporary control of the mining operations from Barrick to a newly appointed management entity. It sounds risky. The request follows the suspension of operations at the complex in January after a tax and ownership dispute. The Mali government holds a 20% stake in the facility. That full story, as written by us, is in Mali Judge, expected to order Barrick reopening. Plenty of other things to talk about, but that's it for now for us. Market recaps. Major stock indices ended mostly higher and treasury yields were steady. I think they were a little higher as investors eyed Thursday's producer price data for further clues on the economic outlook. The dollar rebounded while gold weakened. Oil prices eased, pressured by rising crude stockpiles. Oh, my mistake. Canada's main stock index edged higher in choppy trading while investors await signals from ongoing trade developments. There you have it. Today's data, 8:30 a.m. retail sales and PPI. Pretty big data day, and normally I'd say it's really important. But after the China ceasefire, it won't be as important. After the tariff suspension, it won't be as important. But people will be looking at it in the context of the CPI cooling for further signs. People are going to look, gamblers are going to gamble, right? They're going to look to trade it. Anyway, moving along. Related posts, Michael Every, we mentioned that. That's a very nice historical piece. We won't be satisfied, however, until he acknowledges our wheel of mercantilism. So there you have it. COMEX Death Watch in charts. That's yesterday. U.S.-Saudi pact delivers record 142 billion in defense sales, 600 billion in investment commitments. We love that news as Americans, as equity owners, as believers in a free market, eventually coming back and helping us to shine as a country. Gold synthesized from lead for a millisecond. You could read that and panic. We're not, because it probably cost 50 ounces of gold to make 1 ounce. It didn't. They made like a microgram or something like that. They made an atom, and it lasted for a couple milliseconds. The comment is, having freaked out about this myself a couple years ago when I knew they were pursuing it, I talked to someone about it, and he goes, yeah, if they can synthesize gold, so what? They should be synthesizing the commodities that they use, like hydrocarbons, like a sandwich maybe. But anyway, gold's the most robust thing to do, and it's a great headline, but their goal is not to synthesize gold. Their goal is to probably create a black hole. Who knows? There you go. So final comment, unless China completely collapses, they won't. The game is now China's CCP-backed Shanghai funds versus U.S. macro, too big to fail bank-backed funds. And we said yesterday at 6:40 p.m., 3140 is the target and 3240 is a stop loss. So the target is hit. That will encourage them to sell again and sell more. The question is, can the market go sideways and stay between 3140 and 3240 for a period of time long enough to make the shorts lose patience? Sideways is bullish between now and July. That's our take, especially with the 90-day ceasefire. As time goes on, if there's no material news, then the ceasefire becomes a bullish exit. Okay, what's next? Is there anything next? Premium. I'll just share this with everyone here. Retest of the area. If it finds buying, then you have rocket. Okay, this is me basically saying what I just said before, right? So we have a long wick below. You could have official coming. Final market check. All right, so let's go through a couple markets here, right? So there's the gold long wick. I'm excited about that, but by no means am I looking for a V-shaped bottom. To be fair, though, we've had V-shaped bottoms like this, exactly like this before. 50-day moving average. This is where V-shaped bottoms happen, okay? Am I calling for one? No, I don't call for market moves. That's for amateurs. What I am saying is that if it weren't for the news items that are out, I would be saying, this is cool. Get long above today's high. Get long. Actually, I put an alert in here this morning. I would look to get long above 32.13 via call spreads. Expecting it to go back into here. And if it goes back into here, then either we range lower, like 3140 to 3240, as I said, or we have a little ice patch higher, back to 3450. Anyway, that's it. I'm Vince. Have a great day.